Good morning and welcome. I'm wishing you a very happy Wednesday. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words of wisdom to get us all started today. And I like this card. It's calling us to action. So, the deck is the Nature Portals deck by Bruce and Carol Malner. And it's a fall scene, which is approaching. I actually love autumn. That is my favorite time of year. So, and look at that little path. There it is, just kind of meandering through the woods. Good morning, Jerry. Glad you're here. We're going on a journey down the path today. So, I'd like everyone to just settle in. Some nice deep breaths. Let them go. Nice deep breath. Let it go. Good morning, Cindy. Let me show you our card. A path through the woods. And this one's really speaking to me today, so we'll see if it speaks to you also. The title is Choose Your Path. Choose your path. And I'm going to add in there a variation, as I often do. Let your path choose you. Let your path choose you. So again, many years ago when I was at a writer's retreat in Denver, there was a woman there who, for a year after her husband passed away unexpectedly, she'd lace up her sneakers, go stand on the curb, and wait for her feet to tell her which direction to walk that day. Good morning, Cheryl. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So that's kind of what I think this path is inviting us to do. Follow me. Follow me. You don't have to forge the whole new path. You might at times decide to pick a variation, which it's going to talk about in the card, but we can also follow the path that's being laid out before us. So here are our words. Just a nice deep breath in to settle in. Let it go. Nature offers you many avenues of experience. The forest, the ocean, the meadow, the desert, the mountains, and more. Explore different locations and habitats. There are no better or worse experiences, just different experiences. And imagine if we stopped labeling everything like that and just allowed ourselves to experience it, how much differently our life would go. A, because I think we would appreciate the paths, regardless of how they feel to us, we'd appreciate them more. And B, because we'd choose to go down more paths. We wouldn't prejudge them and say, nope, not going there. Where are you right now? What choices and options are before you? That's an interesting question. What choices and options are before you? Choose the direction and discover what experiences are in store for you. And I don't think you can goof it up. I really don't think you can goof it up. Whatever path you choose, there's things for you to learn from that path. Even if shortly down that path you decide to take a different path, that's fine too. Two roads diverged in the wood, and I chose the path less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. And it's interesting because out in the woods there's an area where there's the main path that has been traveled by ATVs, humans, etc., the whole thing. A very clear path. But then off to the right, there's this little footpath that the deer take and TJ and I take often. And so we've taken that path less traveled by, and there is a point in that path where it just goes like this. And one of those paths has been less traveled. And whenever I get to that path, I say in my mind, taking the path less traveled. And so I'll take that one. What I'm noticing now is it's become the path more traveled. So I think it's time for some new paths. And do I really have any idea what those are going to be yet? No. Is it uncomfortable to step out on the path, not being able to see what's up ahead? Oh yeah. But I think that's part of what we're here for. We're here to explore those paths less traveled, to heed the call of a particular path, even if we can't see where it's going. The Martin Luther King Jr. comment about take the next step on the staircase. Even if you can't see, you don't need to see what's ahead. Just take that next step in faith. So, many of us are to that point, taking our next steps in faith. So, and I would like that to be, what word would I use for that? A joyful experience, a time of anticipation and excitement rather than fear. So, right now we're going to breathe a little bit. I want you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Looks like someone else has crept in here. Glad you're here. Can't tell who you are though. Breathe in. Breathe out. And I want you to feel things beginning to open up and loosen up inside. Breathe in. Breathe out. I want you to just shake your shoulders a little bit. Just kind of wiggle things. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Now, from this loosened up place a little bit, I want you to just look at right in front of you, what are the steps you could choose to take? Well, I could go take my shower. I could go eat breakfast. I could make myself a cup of coffee. I could go sit on the porch. I could call somebody. I could journal. I could breathe some more. All the different things that you could choose to do. We become creatures of habit. Well, at this point, I usually do. And there's some, what word would I use? Conservation in doing it that way. When we do the same things in the same order every day, we don't much have to think about it. We know, we move through it. Are there risks in choosing to do things out of order? Yes, we may forget a step. And I've had that happen too. Oh, I didn't take my vitamins yesterday. What the heck? But I had done things out of order, so something got missed. Was that terrible, horrible, awful? No. Did cause me to kind of perk up my ears a little bit and go, isn't that interesting? How habitual we become. How habitual we become. So, I'm feeling a second wind right now in terms of the fact that this card came up, Choose Your Path, just blew my mind. So, I'm feeling a second wind right now in terms of looking at those options that are before me, making sure I note all the options. Even just that little list I did a minute ago, as I was going, I was kind of smiling within, knowing, yeah, you can just keep generating options. It's not just I could make coffee or take my shower. There's all these other options. And that's a small case. But there are many, many, many bigger cases going on. And holding big space for that. Holding big space for that. So, I'd like you to think about that. Holding big space for yourself to make those choices. And to make some choices that you might not otherwise make. Okay, so for myself, I say, I'm 60 years old. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through my life. So what do I want to do with that last quarter? What's going to make it be that when I get to the end of my life and I look back, I go, yeah, I did it up well. I didn't just coast across the finish line. I kept pedaling. I picked out some things I wanted to do, etc. And I've got some things in the hopper. The tour that I was supposed to go on actually would have left, I think, last week. They obviously postponed it because of COVID and not being allowed into countries yet. So next summer, my assumption is that trip will get bumped into next summer. So there's that on the docket. My son yesterday went to look for a new place to live from Salt Lake City to Portland. And he said, I'm not coming home until I have a place. So I'm thinking in the autumn, I will go visit him in his new place, him and his significant other, Frankie. And so that'll be an adventure. What else is on the docket? going to the Sioux Locks with my dad and my sister because he was in the Navy. He likes looking at ships. So that would be a cool opportunity. And someone, I'm trying to remember who told me, several times said that the Shipwreck Museum there is amazing. So we'll have to do that. But all of these things that are coming up. And so now is my time to do the prep work. Now is my time to lay groundwork. And I also get a sense that there may be other changes coming. Well, I know there's a couple of changes coming. And needing to do the prep work for that. Not languishing on that. Getting that moving. So that's our card for today. Choose your path. I'm going to show you the path again because it's so beautiful. And again, there might be someone who's standing here and looks here and goes, I can't see past that. I don't think I'll do that. Go. Walk this path to the point where when you're here, you can see more. You can see more. And sometimes it's interesting, it's challenging to take the path that you can't really see where you're going. You just keep stepping forward in faith. So yesterday I went to a movie by myself, got my popcorn, and sat there, and I was looking around, and actually there were more people there by themselves than there were in couples or groups. So that was kind of interesting to see too, and that there were that many people at a 4 o'clock movie. I think, I mean, certainly there weren't a lot, maybe 10 or under, but I've been in theaters before where I'm the only one. So it was interesting to see that people were out about and doing things. So here's your mission for today. I want you to contemplate your paths. And if you indeed are walking a path right now, I want you to walk it with consciousness, being fully aware of that path that you're walking. Okay, I've made the choice to take this new job, or I've made the choice to leave this relationship, or I've made the choice to get out of the house once a day, or whatever choices you're making, and fully inhabit that choice. Really be in that choice. Sometimes I get, again, a little too caught in the routine and do the, well, tomorrow I will. Nah, need to do it. Need to do it. Even if it's just a little thing, even if it's just going and standing on the porch. I love sitting out front. It's been so bloody hot lately that hasn't been pleasant. But we've got a spate of mid-70-degree days coming, and I'm going to plop my butt out on my porch and watch traffic and journal and contemplate and be and discern and all that other stuff. So I invite you in your own space to join me in doing that over the next week. That sounds good. So have a great day. Enjoy your path. Fully inhabit your path. And let's see where you go. If you want to put some comments in the feed, I would love to hear your thoughts on this one. I really feel like it's a time that's beginning to open up, and we're set to get moving again. Have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far, far, far more than you think you are. Bye.